Hey guys, welcome back to another video. Today I wanted to share my ritual farm that I've been doing the past few days. Here are just some clips of the highlights of the loot that I dropped. But basically, as a background, I've been farming a lot of Abyss and I got tired of clicking the hordes and I didn't really want to make a new character, so I figured I'd try a different farm. And what we're targeting with ritual is really the audience with the king. Those sell for about a divine to 2 divines, I think. And also the jackpot drops like mirror shards, stuff like that. That's where the fun really comes from. Now it's also a lot easier to run than Abyss. You don't have to juice your maps, at least I don't do it, because a lot of the part of ritual comes from RNG, where if your bosses spawn on top of the ritual you get a lot of favors and you get to reroll a lot more. So that is largely RNG based. And as you can see here, I got really lucky where I actually did about like 20 maps and I found a mirror shard. So I was lucky enough to have enough favors to defer it and eventually was able to get it. But that doesn't always happen. So at the end of this clip, I'm just going to go over my strategy, my Atlas tree, and how you can farm this as well. Stay tuned. Alright, so we're gonna jump right in. Starting with the Atlas tree, we are grabbing all the ritual nodes, so every single one of them here, this one here, answered appeals, as well as occult devotion. You get 4 altars in every map. Eater influence is also important to increase the quantity in your map, so that's the second priority here. And then everything else is just explicit modifiers, and then some rogue exiles, because rogue exiles are considered unique monsters, and if they do spawn under the altar, they do grant a lot more favors than other monsters. So rogue exiles are great. And then quantity here, I did grab some scarabs here, but I haven't noticed any big scarab drops in the 15-20 runs that I did, so I don't think that's important. If anything, I would probably spec into more rogue exiles. Maybe delirium might be better as well. So try that and then let me know what you think. As for the map of choice, we are running City Square because there are 3 bosses in the middle, and when you enter the map you can beeline directly to the bosses and pray that they spawn under the altar. If they do, you will have a good run where you probably end up with 13 to 15,000 favors, and you'll be able to reroll comfortably and get the items that you want. If you run to the boss and there is no altar, you could still finish the map, but if you want to do it efficiently, I would just pop the Eater influence and then leave the map and then re-enter a new map until you get the altar spawn on top of the bosses. That's the efficient way of doing it. For maps, I'm basically running just basic maps here. They're not T16.5 maps, so just roll it, and once you're able to run it, just do it. For the scarabs here, we are doing 2 selectiveness, so we're able to re-roll it 2 additional times for a total of 5 times. 2 abundance to get 200% increased favors, and then finally I'm doing a scarab of wisp. Awakening scarabs are too expensive now to run. They do increase the chances of you getting the audience with the king, but currently the prices just do not justify running it. So wisp grant you increased tribute, which is pretty good. And then for the map device, I'm just doing quantity of items. If you're doing delirium, you could pop in delirium. I've tried anarchy, but for 6 chaos it just doesn't feel like it justifies the costs. Alright, so that is the strategy. Let me see what else to cover. I'll showcase a couple maps here. So basically we're going to enter the map and then we're going to beeline directly to the boss and pray that there's an altar. So usually the boss is located right here. So in this case we do have an altar here. As you can see, there are 3 bosses, so we're going to kill all of them, pop the altar, and then you do get quite a lot of favors because bosses grant, I believe, 100 favors. So, and then they do reappear at the other 3 altars as well. That's why it's very important to do this altar first. Okay, so once that is done, you basically run to the other ones. It doesn't matter which one. Let's grab that. Let's grab that. Now you will occasionally drop a divine here and there, but again, this is more of a gamble strategy where we're shooting for mirror shards, you know, stuff like that. And you do drop a lot of T17 sanctuaries as well. So you can sell that. They go for about 40 chaos each, or you could run them like I prefer. I like to rotate my strategy. I don't like to just do one strategy. That's usually how you make more profit anyway. Alright, let's pop this other one. And for reference, I ran about 20 to 25 maps so far, I think. So not a big sample size, but I have not encountered a single nameless ritual. So maybe I'm unlucky, but it's not as rare. Luckily, the audience with the king is able to spawn on normal rituals as well, not just the nameless ones. So you will occasionally encounter that. Alright, so we're going to do the last one here and then just see what we get. Yeah, you want to make sure you kill all the monsters around the altar before you pop it. That way they respawn and you get more favors. Yeah, so this is about the average. This is not a very juicy map, so it's about 10,000. Okay, so let's see what we got. These ones are from earlier. I'm just going to defer them. This Archdemon Crown actually sells for 10 chaos each, so not much, but it's still better than nothing. I'm just going to defer these two right here. And then I'm going to skip that for now, just to show you. And then we have an audience here, so I'm just going to defer it along with the Ancient Orbs and those two. So as you can see, you do get audience quite frequently. They go for 1.2 divs. You can run them, and if you do get the jewel, you can sell that for 8 divine unidentified, so it's pretty good. Alright, so we got those there again. We're gonna defer them. And the reason for deferring is because you want to maximize your re-rolling to encounter the jackpot drops. The more you're able to re-roll, the better. And if you go below 3,000 tribute, I would stay away from re-rolling, just because if you get a mirror shard or something good that costs a lot of tribute, you won't have enough to defer, and then you're gonna lose the item. So make sure you have enough. And we're gonna reroll once more, and then that's it. So we're gonna grab that, and then the rest, yeah, we can defer it, so they'll probably show up again. But yeah, we have an audience here for 1.2 divs. And I just want to quickly show you some of the sales that I've made as well. A lot of it you can liquidate easily. Omens are another drop that you can pick up. Omen of Blanching sells for, as you can see, 265 chaos. The Mirror Shot, obviously. Amelioration sells for 193, about there. So a lot of these dense fossils is another good one that I like to pick up, just because you encounter it a lot and it doesn't cost much. And they do sell a lot because people like crafting energy shield bases. Audience with the king, obviously you can sell that, and yeah, so you do make a good amount of profit with this strategy. This is from like just 20 maps, so it's a good amount of currency there. But yeah, hopefully this video helps you out. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section below. Hope this video